gaming, Shadowgate. I just upgraded my system to 16 gigs, so it should be a little better. I never played this game before. I hope that it's fun. Let's see. Choose your experience. Normal for players new to first-person adventure. Does not require deep knowledge for the Shadowgate universe. Yeah, I do not know anything about the Shadowgate universe, so most likely that's what I do. It's classic. For players familiar with Shadowgate and first-person adventures in general. I'm familiar with first-person adventures, but not Shadowgates. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. So that's what the Shadowgate versus classic. So according to this article, it says normal mode is its own difficulty level, but classic mode will prompt you to select a difficulty. In order from easiest to hardest will be like the normal. So that will be like for normal people. Then classic is journeyman and depth master. Note that the 3 ladders can also be played Iron Man, which disallows savings. Okay, so here it says from the Steam store. It actually changes the gameplay experience and puzzle structure for the ultimate challenge for Iron Man mode. Okay. So I'll play it on classic. Hold on. I play it on normal because it says on normal my torch never runs out. There's 2 mirrors that are present in the mirror room. Only beneficial actions are highlighted on the action wheel. This prevents you from killing yourself from taking the... Okay, so the game is considerably more forgiving in the easier difficulty levels. Things that would kill you instantly. Master difficulties will prompt you with several tensions for happening. The harder difficulty levels also have more rooms and more harder puzzles. I'll play on classic maybe. It's gonna be bad. Okay. Gameplay is challenging, provides the longest time limits, direct hits and few opportunities to die.
A hero's journey? A great quest? Certainly it shall be these things. But for you, young Jer Cuthega, soldier of Windermere, could it not be so much more? In dreams, I have come to you, beseeching, entreating. Ride south, boy. Take naught but a dirk, a torch, courage. Ride south from Rivellin, around the southern arm, through the Waven Fair Wood, past Myrithath, beyond the citadel of Murlach Tor, and the spires of Gimdane, and the darkness of Tarketh's Pass. There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered, either on foot, on mount, on wing. Gatekeeper, the oldest of spires, it harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle. But all All is not as it should be. One of our own is now our great bane, a blight upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low, and it now lies fallow. It is there that you will find me, Lakmir of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
Welcome to the tutorial. Gameplay tips will appear at the appropriate times to teach you the mechanics of the game. You can turn these tips on or off, or change the command system at any time in the settings tab of the options menu. Click the X button to close the game. Click on any object in the game, and command icons will appear in a circle around that object. Click on the command icon to use that command on the selected object. For example, to take that skull on the ground first, click on the skull and then on the take action, which looks like a hand. So first thing, I need to lower the music a little bit. There. That should be fine. Okay. Nah, there, okay. Done. Okay, so the achievements, I think that they don't work well, the Steam achievements, so I'm gonna be angry. Okay. So you will find yourself with Lakmir war cycling about your head, you stumble a bit until the war ceases it. Okay, hold on, how do I save the game? Save. Sure. With Lakmir horse, access will be until the war ceases its lurking. You stand before the gatekeeper mountain, an ornate door framed by a series of skulls. It's fashioned into a rock wall. Okay, so I click on this thing, I look at it. A faint glow forms within the eye sockets of the bleached skull. You jump as the lower jaw rattles. Come on, boy. I haven't rattled there. Pick me up. I want to talk to it. You ask the skull if it is in fact talking to you. That's right, boy. The thing replies. The name's Yorick. Now pick me up and take me with you. There's something underneath me that's not so comfortable. In an irritating voice, the bleached skull speaks. We got no time to lose. Pick me up and let's start this adventure. What is this? Use the skull on myself. The skull startles you as he begins to speak. Pick me up already, time's a wasting. The skull on the ground glows before speaking to you in a clear voice. Come on, pick me up. What's this? Reading your map. You can draw the move around your map. Use the cross and icons and the compass in the lower left of the map to zoom in and out. Put in the middle of the compass to the center of the map and the current location. Wait, what? The room you are currently in will be highlighted. As you discover different areas of Shadowgate, those areas will lead you to the drop-down menu in the upper right of the map. Okay, so that's the entrance. Okay, I don't have anything. Oh. Got it. What's this? To go back, I guess? Oh no, to center. Okay. What's this? The flames dance about in a strangely hypnotic fashion. Okay. Can I use the breath Just what exactly do you think you're trying to do? This call asks us in a rising tone. Fine. You nearly drop the skull when it begins to speak. About time, boy. You have no idea how long I've been here. You can call me Yorick. I have no recollection of how I got here, but I do know plenty about this castle. If you need help on this quest of yours, just speak to me, and I'll give you a hint. Okay. What about this? The metal key has several strange etchings on this shaft. Okay, so I'll take the key. Your inventory. You take our store in inventory. Click on the satchel in the lower left corner of your screen to open your inventory. You can use commands on objects in the inventory. Okay. To use one object on another, first select the object you would like to use, and then the use or just use. Then click on what you would like to use that object on. For example, to use the key to unlock the door, first select the key and the use icon and then click on the door. Okay. Let's see what's here. The circle and then the archway suggests that something will lock since it's locked. This one. Every time you look at that skull, you hear a distant high-pitched scream within your mind. What about this one? A palpable aura of power emanates from this skull. This one. It's a little hard to tell if it's an actual skull or a carving of a skull. A quiet air of power and defiance emanates from within the skull. What about this one? Even though this is just a skull in the archway, you sense there is some form of power coming from it. You observe several scratches and gnaw marks on the skull, almost as if someone or something was trying to pry it free. What about this one? A sense of despair fills your soul as your gaze lingers on the skull impression at the archway. What is this for? You observe several scratches and gnaw marks on the skull, almost as if someone or something was trying to pry it. What about this one? Here, there, I said that. It's the same thing. Yep, same thing. What about this? Thick greenwoods twist through the dense foliage. Okay, what's this? I can now look at the castle. An ornate stone archway replete with carved skulls frame an ominous entrance set into the side of the mountain. Okay. What's this? Yeah, that's the castle. What's this? Castle. What if I only use that? I don't want to punch it. That's me. Okay. Well, look up the Iron bands by the Roth. What the hell is this word mean? Wooden planks that compromise this door. The door is locked. Okay. Objects in your inventory are sorted into 4 different sections. Spells are in the spell sections. Objects that can be equipped are in the outfit section. Books and scrolls are sorted in the archive section. Everything else is kept in the items section. Click on the tabs at the top of your inventory to switch between sections. Oh, good. Where's my outfit? Not there. Ooh, I have a sword. The rusted and pitted dirk looks as if it's seen better days. Okay. So I'll use this key on You turn the key unlocking the door. After a moment you toss the key aside. You can open or close objects like unlock doors by selecting the object and then the open close icon. Okay. See? The doors open with an eerie creak. The go command. You can use the go command or double click to go through open doorways, down hallways, up ladders, and flight of stairs. In some cases you can also use the go command to move to a spot of interest within a room. Okay.
Blackmere was a fool to send a child to do that which even the vaunted Circle of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
The patient fades, leaving a trail of cold air behind it. Use a stationary object. Do you see the lever on the right? Because it is a stationary, non-takeable object. The use command behaves differently. Simply select the lever and then select the use icon. This is the same as using the thyself on an object. Okay. I'm gonna save. This. The rooms on the archway glow with a mystical energy. You feel more than hear a low drum of power. Okay, what's this? An oil-soaked rag is wrapped around the end of this torch. What's this? The circular hatch is made of a strange stone set securely within a mortar base. A low hum of power emanates from within. The hatch will not open, it seems to be magically sealed. Okay, so there's mists. What's this? A strange pattern unlike anything you have seen before is carved into the solid iron door. The door is locked. Fine. Okay, so this is the lever. I don't want to punch it. With a squeak of protest, the lever begins to move. A few moments later, a stone slides away from the wall, revealing an opening that holds a key. Let me see. This heavy key is spotted with flecks of rust. Alright, so I'll use key on this one. You failed to find a lock with the key T. Okay, so not that one. So I'll use the key on the door. You struggle with both hands to turn the key in the stubborn lock. A satisfying click echoes through the chambers as you toss the key aside. Okay. The door easily swings open. Map. In the lower left, next to the satchel, is the map. The map keeps track of everywhere you've been as well as any interesting things you might have seen. Click on the map to open it. The back arrow. In the lower right, next to your torch, is the back arrow. Select the back arrow to go to the room that is behind your current room on the map. Okay. Let's look at this. As a moth is drawn to flame, you stare mesmerized as the flickering flame of the torch. Okay. Saving and loading the game. You can save and load games at any time, and that's important since Shadowgate is a dangerous place. Click on the gear symbol in the upper right corner to open the save and load menus. There are also keybinds for doing quick saves and quick loads. Learning a spell. You can learn a spell from certain books and scrolls. First open the book or scroll and then look at it to read it. Every spell does something different and will only work when cast on certain items or in certain places. You can cast a spell by selecting it from the spell tab in your inventory. Clicking on the use icon and then on an object on the room. That's a lot of steps. Okay. First I want to look at this. Giving the skeleton a quick once over, you find no obvious cause of death. You do, however, have a bad feeling about this. There's a scroll. This rolled up parchment is secured with a dab of candle wax. Well, I'll open the scroll. Carefully open the scroll. You read the message scroll on the scroll. Fendril, this missive is of utmost importance. We must coordinate our efforts. Seek my obelisk in the Acolyte Den, below the sewers. I fear the worst is upon us, but I have plans in motion that may yet avert disaster. It is signed with the name Lankmere. I'll take it. Okay, what's this? Strange markings and glyphs line the stone pillar which enshrouds this statue. One that depicts a hooded figure with a darkened visage. Amazingly, the flame does not consume the wick on this candle. What's this? This is a long wooden shaft wrapped in an end with a flammable material, or it's more commonly known as a torch. What's here? The passage continues deeper into the mountain. Hold on. So that's the alcove. What's this? I'm gonna save this before. Okay, saved. The old musty smell emanating from this book hints of its age. Let's open it. Something shifty under your feet. Something shifts under your feet as you open the book. That's not good. Let's take a look at the skeleton. Okay. Oh, I can speak to the statue. Even though you do not know the name of the stones that date to you, mutter a quick prayer under your breath. Okay. Let's look at it. You scan the ancient manuscripts, noticing most of the language is unintelligible. However, one particular word stands out from the rest. In Vulcan, in your mind's eyes, you see a glyph glowing with power, and quickly write down the strange marking in your spell book. You have learned a spell. Okay. What's archived? Oh, okay. Spells. Invocan. Look at the Invocan spell. The translation of the spell glyph is Invocan. Your mind glimpses some spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. I'll save. I bet that if I grab the book, something's gonna happen. As you begin lifting the book, the earth rumbles beneath your feet in a disconcerting way. You leave the book where it is, since this seems like a trap. If you really want to go through with this, then feel free to try that again. Yeah, no. Okay. Can I talk to the statue? I'm gonna reload it. Okay. Can I use Invocan on this thing? Spells. Invocan. Let's use it on this guy. skeleton. You concentrate drawing power from the air itself. After a moment, you release the spell with a word. With the exception of an annoying headache, nothing else resulted from the spell casting. Okay. Can I use it on this? You concentrate on the statue and whisper a word of power, although this spell is powerfully advanced, it's useless against the cold. Okay, wait, what is this? So, wait, what's this? Fissure and fractures run along the edge of this section of the stone wall. Can I open it? You put your shoulder against the stone and push. The rock fractures and crumbles inward, revealing an opening. I must do some accompanied by rust emanates from this hole. Okay. Let's go. You force yourself through the narrow opening into the darkness beyond. If you want to see which objects in the room are interactable, use the show objects key by F12 by default. And the objects will pulse. Hit the key again and turn it back normal. Oh my god, I'm gonna be using that. I'm gonna be using that all the time. F12. There it goes. I'm just gonna use that. Okay, what's this? A long deep crack runs down the length of the bone. Can I pick up the bone? You put the bone in your satchel. Yorick shouts out of warning. Hey boy, do you see some movement in the shadows? No. Let's pick up another bone. What about this? Fine, let's grab this one too. Let's up to it. Your whispers insensible to the skull. Yorick quickly awakens. What's your void? Talk to me if you're gonna talk to anyone. I don't know when I'm grabbing bones. I don't really need these bones. I'm just gonna reload it again. So I'm gonna finish this. You can't understand with your fist, your pain is immediately rewarded as the rock fractures and crumbles, revealing an opening. Okay. Okay, so F12. A figure moves within the opening at the back of the grotto. He doesn't seem to pose any risk to you. I don't see anything. From the opening in the rocky wall above, cold rush of sending a shiver down your spine. So the sense of fortune movement within the darkness of from the opening, something or someone is definitely up there. Okay, so Invoken. What the hell is Invoken do? Invoken. It doesn't really say what they do. Spells. Yeah, it doesn't say what they're supposed to do. Whatever. Should I go there? What's this? A roughly carved passage leads downwards. Okay, so I'm in the grotto. This. This skull is yellow with Asian with long hair cracks. I don't need that. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Down. In certain difficulty modes, only combat pertinent to the select objects will appear on the wheel. However, only commands pertinent. However, commands that do not appear on the wheel can still be performed using keybinds. You can view and set keybinds in the option menu. You can also hide the UI elements by using the hide UI keybind. You can also hide the UI elements by using the hide UI keybinds, bringing each element up only when required if mouse over. Stand at the edge of a lava-filled chasm. Possible as it seems, the faint, terrified screams of some unfortunate souls echo within its depth. Okay. Save. Did I save it? Yep. What's this? The carving on this keystone is a circle within a shield outline. Strange writing covers the stone. You think you recognize the name Majal among the heart of the cipher language. Okay. What about this? This metal bracer has a white ball mounted on a tripod. The legs looks like a series of inverted hooks poorly welded together. Very carved stone appears to be a keystone. Okay. The rickety bridge is held together with nothing but frail rope and rounded wood planks, as if inworn in a mounted skull stands guard of it. Okay. Judging by the workmanship, this stone bridge seems quite sturdy. What if I this up? I'll use the torch here. Despite your best with the bracer refuses to light. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's go here and up here. For your vantage, you can see the little of what lies beyond the passage. Let's go. A dense fog greets you as the stone passage opens into a small chamber. The temperature plummets as the creature materializes in front of you. It flashes from the light of your torch. Let's try talking to it. Even though you've never seen one before, you know this is a shadow wraith, a being that walks the line between life and death, between light and shadow. That. You see powerful large orange object hidden just inside the door. What if I use my torch on the wraith? With a cry, you swing the light torch at the wraith. The ethereal being is instantly enveloped in a bright flash of flame. Its torture mound hanging in the air is vanished. I don't know if that was good. Here. This ring is firmly attached to the wall, glowing with power. Surely this must have belonged to one of the wizards of the circle. Okay, what's this? You see powerful large orange hidden object inside this archway. Let's see here. Okay, so what about this? The solid door is covered with strange design and ornate filigree. Okay. I don't want to punch it. Can I open it? Yeah. What is this? This must have belonged to one of the wizards of the circle. Can I take the ring? You pull with all your might, but the ring will not budge in an inch from the wall. Perhaps it's enchanted in some way. So we take the pumpkin. As you grasp the large orange thing, it becomes painfully clear. It's a pumpkin. This large orange cord is the epitome of a perfect pumpkin should be. Let's open it. There is simply no way apart from using the knife to open the pumpkin. Let's use the sword. The dirk enters the pumpkin with a satisfying thunk. After a moment, some strange inspiration takes hold of you, and you effortlessly carve a rather impressive-looking jack-o'-lantern. Sure. Can we use the torch and the jack-o'-lantern? You feel strong magic preventing you from lighting the jack-o'-lantern. Perhaps it needs to be an enchanted place first. Sure. What's here? The sound of trickling water comes from beyond this doorway. Sure, let's go. Whether it be a sewer or a reservoir system for the castle, mold, mildew, and moss speckles the stone within this chamber. Okay. Cool. Okay, I advanced a lot. What's this? This strong metal power appears to have come loose from the sewer grate. Okay. You drop the bar into your satchel. The water barely covers the sandy floor of the sewer. You shake the iron grate, nothing that it appears to be slightly loose. Wait, what about this? You wrinkled your nose at the cane smell waiting for the grate. Tiny scurrying sounds can be heard coming from beyond the grate. So, let's open it. Determine the iron bars. Although the grate feels somewhat loose, you are unable to pull it free. Okay. What if I... Nah, I think I can do that. What's this? The glass bottle was empty. If I use this with the water, submerge the empty bottle and fill it with the water. Okay, I'm gonna open that spell thing. All the weather and moldy, the skull was held up over the years. Okay, let's open it. As you read the scroll, one in particular word stands out from the rest. Entrace. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power. As you write down the strange marking on your spellbook, the scroll crumbles in your hands. You have learned the spell. What the hell did... The meaning of this spell glyph is clear. Entrace, you whisper as the way seems to open in front of you. A metallic screech echoing in the recesses of your mind. Okay, so it's to open something. What about this one? Your mind glimpses some spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. Okay, what is this? Their meaning is strongly familiar. The letters E, P, O, and R have been carved on the wall. Report? Wait, there's something here. No. Here? Here. Nope. There's a stone. There's number 5. Okay, let's take a look. The iron door is latched shut by nothing more than a simple bolt. Let's open it. You go back the bolt, opening the hatch. Hold on. Keep off. this? This is weird. Oh no, that's from the sewer gate. Can I use this one to open this? Ha ha ha. Up which way? Let's go this way. Wait. Blah blah blah. Let's go. Peer into the darkness, you drop down in the muck and crawl through the tight opening. Keybinding objects. You can keybind anything in your inventory and some UI items. You erect thyself and your current torch. To the 0 to 9 number keys, select the object and then hold Control and press one of the number keys on your keyboard. Now anytime you want to use that object, simply press the number key you assign to that object and then click the object you want to use. Confusing. Okay. What's this? The mushroom has an earthy, fresh dirt smell to it. You press to find a large subterranean den just deep in the mountain. Okay. The stone obelisk is nearly 10 hands high, embellished with a strange glyph and 3 deep notches. An inner hum emanates from its center, set with your teeth on the edge. Okay. Well, I can't do anything. Let's call the wizards then. Well, nothing I can do about it. How do I go back? You jump and manage to find a handhold within the hatchway. After a frantic movement or two, you manage to pull yourself through. This room reminds you of the elven fun house at the King Oda's fair. You remember taking your sister, hoping to lose her in the reflective maze. The torch flames momentarily flickers. No, this doesn't mean that this is gonna go away. The flame of this torch licks hungrily as its wood base. Well, it hasn't shut down, so I'm fine. What's this? The large boulder has veins of quartz running through it. The large rock sits on the floor. The large boulder has veins of quartz running through it. What is this? With the exception of a crack, the vial is unremarkable in every way. Okay. Okay, nothing to see here. Are these the mirrors? The reflection in the mirror is the distorted image of yourself. Your head looks much larger than the rest of your body. Okay, dashing figure. It bulges out a bit as if it's something is pushing it from the other side. What about this one? You catch some movement behind your reflection. You walk in surprise before looking around the room. What about this one? The surface of the mirror appears warped in an odd way. Let's talk on this one. Mirror, mirror, you begin before Yorick interrupts and says, No, there'll be only one talking inanimate object in this adventure. And this one says, something is pushing it. Let's hit. this mirror. You nearly break your knuckles striking the reflective surface. It fails to shatter. Perhaps it's enchanted in some way. What if I use and trace on the mirror? You concentrate drawing power from the air itself. After a moment you release the spell with a word with the exception of I had nothing else. Okay, what about this one? Broken. Sweet beats your brow as you concentrate on the glyph and then release the spell. The power of magic flies about in a spectacular fashion, but it does nothing. Okay. This one. Okay, so I can't do anything. What about the sword? What is this? The plasma. Can I use the bottle on the mirror? Can I use my sword on the mirror? Okay, I don't know what to do here. Fill this, I guess, with water too. This remains the vial in the water. Unfortunately, when you pull it out, the water pours from hitting cracks in the glass. Passage. Let's go back. There. Whoa. You take a hesitant step on the rickety bridge. The bridge sways and creaks alarmingly. You halt in mid-stride and step back off the bridge. It definitely doesn't seem safe. Perhaps there is some entity that could help you become lighter than I am. Okay, so what do you want me to use in Goku? Oh, there's something there. Wait, it disappeared. What the heck? Okay. As you scramble up the rock, a goblin appears level above at you and fires. Fortunately, it misses and hits the rock at your feet. Unfortunately, the arrow ricochets and embeds itself into your left eye. What?
'Tis a sad thing that your adventures have ended here.
But I take out the arrow from my eye. I'm going to use my sword. I use the torch there. Let's go back. Okay. Can I use a spell here? Let's just do. As the door seems to open in front of you, a metallic screech echoing in the recesses of your mind. I do not understand this. Let's just go this way. Ooh, searching and looting. You can search and loot various objects in the game by selecting the object and then selecting either open or use. The contents of the object will be automatically added to the appropriate tabs in your inventory. Searchable objects include corpses, dust bags, chests, etc. Okay, let's save. A series of ancient doors encircle this small hallway. It looks like as if a battle may have been fought here long ago. What's this? This hand-etched sack is made from the hide of an animal. Which animal, however, it's uncertain. Let's open it. You rummage through the sack, finding dice and a scroll. Taking this, you then discard the sack. Let's take a look at the scroll. The ancient scroll, worn and crinkled, made of pressed wood pulp. You tear the parchment slightly and unroll the parchment. Yorick startles you by speaking. That torch of yours needs some attention, boy. Be sure to stock up on unlit torches and replace yours once it gets too dark to see. I still can see. So going back to this. While the writing is difficult to discern, you manage to glean a few key phrases. The danger is real. Alert the surrounding lands. Seal off the passages into the Gatekeeper Mountain. The wax seal shows an eagle in flight as it's signed by someone named Fandral. Is this also by Fandral? The cluster of bones still mostly intact. Dry sinew and muscles hold together. Let's open the skeleton. You search amongst the bones of the skeleton but find nothing that interests you. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? Torch. The torch ignites Grayson into flames. Blackbeard the Timeless. That's what I heard someone call him when he was but a lad. Yorick says, lost in thought. Oh, I can open them. You pat down the corpse. Your rough handle produces a piece of parchment and a scroll which you put in your pack. What's this? You read the hastily scrolled writing on the parchment. Since it's the only means to capture and control the elementals, you must hide the silver ore beyond the waters of the sewer. You must hide the silver ore. Yes. Let me grab this. There. You take the light torch before tossing the previous one aside. Okay. The scroll crackles as you unroll it. You read the message scroll on the page. Brown, I have your dog. If you wish to see the flying ace again, then bring the 3 pumpkins to the place beyond the harvest. door. But be wary, for only one outfitted in a mask for the Halloween Eve can gain entrance. There you must carve my visage and illuminate the sacrifices in the field of jack-o'-lanterns. Then I will be freed, and this will all end. Cordially, DP. I already carved it and I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. Okay, going back. Oh yeah, it was hella dark. Now you can see much better. Let's see. Well, the solid wooden door is banned in iron, so I guess I cannot open it. Oh wait, I can. What's inside? There's a chill. Double tap a command keybind to lock it. You can then perform the command multiple times without reselecting it. Right click anywhere to deselect the command or object. You can also double click on objects or look at them or unlock doors to open them and open passwords to go through. Nah. Too chattering, you stand within the cold cellar, hugging yourself with warmth. A creature made of ice hovers playfully on the far side of the room. A strange entity made entirely of solid ice and cold vapor hovers above the room in front of you. What's this? A frozen mass, perhaps that of a massive arachnid, is encased in a thick layer of ice. You shake your head, wondering what the thing is and how it got into its predicament. Ooh, what's this? A long white object is frozen inside a piece of ice. What if I use a torch? You bring the lit torch close to the ice. It takes a few moments, but eventually the ice melts away, revealing a scroll hidden within. Yay. The parchment scroll is old and brittle. You unroll the scroll carefully not to rip it. As you scan the scroll, one particular word almost seems to jump out at you. Agave. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spellbook. Before you the scroll crumbles in your hands, you realize that you have learned the spell. Okay. And that spell does what? You sense a huge weight, like a stone, open itself to some mystery beyond. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that would do. The frost-covered door sits firmly within the stone frame. Let's open it. You put the shoulder to the door and shove it open. I'm not gonna mess with that. Let's go. Cool. Notice the shield on the ground? This is an object you can equip. Equip objects by selecting them and then selecting the equip shield icon. Equip objects can be seen on thyself, the portrait icon in the upper right of the screen, as well in your inventory. You can unequip objects by following the same procedure. The smell of brimstone rises within this chamber as a pair of glowing eyes watch your every move from an open in the far right. This iron shield looks as if it could protect you from anything. I hope it puts us from the fire. You latch the iron shield securely to your forearm. The dragon notices you, moves its pondering weight, and begins gathering a breath. This iron shield looks as if you can protect you from everything. Can I equip this? No. a great deal of intelligence behind this glowing essence of this dragon. Intelligently and hungry. Is this poop? This empty helm looks a bit small for you. This hefty hammer is fine crafted and inlaid with gold. The spear appears perfectly balanced in one end has been sharpened to a deadly point. What's this? The huge ribcage of some creature lays at the back of its cave. You wonder what type of creature this could have been. So, I cannot do anything. I want to see the gold. These gold coins have become melted mount of treasure. This gold looks like it's been seen better days. Introduce yourself to the skull. Whoa! The little ancient beast releases a special stream of fire at you. You raise your iron shield this instant to block the dragon flame. This person is harmless to either side of you. Okay, so I'll grab this hammer. The dragon releases a stream of fire at you. You lift your iron shield and once again block the fire flame. But this time you can actually feel the heat. Put this right here. You barely manage to get your shield in time to block the dragon flame. While the shield protects you, it glows red hot. Alright, open it. Place the small helm on your head. It fits a bit snug. Once again, you manage to lift your shield and to deflect the dragon flame. However, the fire is taking its toll on the shield and it begins to melt. How does that go? Out of the fire and into the dragon's den? The shield. What is this? These life axes are typically used to fortune tellers. Each face of the die contains a different symbol that when rolled can divine one's future. Okay. Let's save. Although I'll load it before the shield broke. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the shield. Take the hammer. I'm gonna take the spear. So strapped to the arm, the iron shield is deformed and quite melted in several places. Nevertheless, you feel that still may provide ample protection. Okay, I will do this. Okay, and I'm gonna leave. Bye. You command. Okay. So at least I have something to roll. spider. I'll use this on that creature. It's just that I cannot talk to it. Can I take it? A chill runs up on your spine and paralyzes your arms to try to embrace the elemental. The creature easily dances away. Can I trap it here? Nope. Can I use the torch? Okay. Okay, let's go back. Okay. Here. The surface of this metal door is pitted with age-old rust. Okay, let's go through it. With a large cavern, you find yourself on the shore of a placid underground lake. It is hard to tell from this distance, but you think you see a skeleton chained to a rock. Perhaps you need to get a closer look. Somehow. Can I talk to it? You yell, "Hello," to the skeleton. The echo within the chamber sends chills down your spine. Ooh, what's this? You sense something larger, an ominous deep below the surface of these black waters. You have something to kill me. Yeah, I'll go up for now. An ambitious flame waterfall cascades from the mouth of an ancient stone statue, instantly cut into the cavern wall. Below is an undulating mass of water hovers playfully with the rest of this water elemental. Even before it's entirely made entirely of water and mist, the liquid elemental continuously forms in a hypnotic way. Step to it. You bow and introduce yourself to the elemental. It playfully dances away, squirting you with water. This marker looks like the dwarven craftsman stamp. To do anything. Okay, let's look at this. Having cut a deep furrow into the rock of this cavern, an underground river rushes past the into it. So can I go into the waterfall? You attempt to traverse the pounding waters of the waterfall. The sheer power of it pushes you back. I'm gonna die if I try to cross that. Okay. So this one. With stone tombs lining the walls of this musty crypt, there is an ancient, almost reverent air to this place. Okay. I save. this is gonna be bad. Oh, there's a shield. An indistinctive yet noble-looking warrior has been carved into this sarcophagus. A cowl, shadowy figure is carved on the lid of this crypt. The likeness of a regal figure has been engraved to the lid of this tomb. A bas-relief carved of the tomb is an ancient figure brandishing a sword. What about this one in the middle? The figure carved on this lid of this tomb has a mischievous, feral look to it. It is holding one upside-down torch. Let's try to open this one. Oh, when you open the tomb, a horrific creature is released, letting out a piercing cry that cuts into your very being. It's a banshee. Time is running out while you see the visage of the warlock lord. And now you have been cursed. Both of these things are time limited in the game. It's important both to cure yourself before you die and to stop the warlock lord before he destroys the world. It's a banshee, playing with fire. Some objects in the game are flammable. Set an object on fire by selecting your current torch, then use icon and the object you wish to burn. Be careful not to burn something that might prove useful later on. Of death and disease, you feel a momentary stabbing pain before the spectre winks out of existence. This is the mummy of a huge, bulking figure. Certainly he must have been even larger when he was alive. You take stock of yourself, concerned about the stabbing pains in your stomach and the spinning green pallor. However, the iron shield strapped across your arm gives you some measure of comfort. Okay. You think about unwrapping the mummy, but after touching the bindings, decide against it. Your vision clears and the episode passes. Okay. So let's start it up. As the ancient war wrapping goes into flames, an amazing gold scepter and the leather sack falls to the ground. The sack is made from thick burlap. You rummage through the thick burlap and find a scroll and gear. You take this while discarding the sack. Hold on, what does it mean to be like cursed? So banshee curse. So okay, so there's a cure, but I don't have the cure right now. This. An ancient symbol showing two griffins locked into deadly combat is crafted into this gem cursed scepter. I mean gem crest. Okay. I want to equip the scepter though. An ancient symbol showing two griffins locked in deadly combat. Okay, ooh, what's this? It's a large gear, has a series of runes and glyphs inscribed into it. Okay. Let's open the scroll. The handwritten scroll is faded and difficult to read, but you can make out one passage. When my child tail lights the northern skies and the alignments are in harmony, then shall ye take the circle runes of water and fire and all seeing eyes and place them with the great eagle that sits on the one tree. Okay. Let's open this thing. Okay. You tried to remember the mummy but failed to find the beginning of the bandage. Yeah, let's burn it. The ancient wrapping starts to right at the almost disintegrating the flames. As it burns, the scroll tumbles to the floor, having escaped the fire. Roll the scroll carefully not to destroy it. A drawing of 6 rectangular shapes are drawn on the parchment. Several lines point to the shapes with writing underneath. You read two of the annotations. This mirror leads through the furnace and into the castle beyond, and these mirrors require power to activate and will teleport to places strewn across the castle. I guess he's talking about the mirrors. Okay, let's take it. What about this one? Okay. Let's open this mummy. Okay, can't find the stuff. Okay. Let's use the torch. Ooh. What the hell is this? The horrible message of this wooden master sounds a witch from the children's tale. You slip the custom mask over your head. The thing smells terrible and makes it difficult to see. What's this? Another shield? This hefty wooden shield has withstood the years well. Sure. You quickly unbuckle the iron shield and prop the wooden one in this place. Is there something here? Okay, so there's cliffs in the this to finding fabric that has somehow resisted the church to just decay. Oh, I can place it. Okay. Let's open this one. Ooh, there's the other pumpkin. A round orange item sits just inside the tomb. Pumpkin. Wait, what is this? Oh, nothing. These long swords are naturally carved and of excellent craftsmanship, however the blade looks dulled by age. Sure. Dull sword. You take stock of yourself, concerned about the stabbing pains in your stomach and the spreading green pallor of your skin. However, the wooden shield strap across your arm gives you a measure of comfort. Okay. Let's open this one. Try to open the grave, however, is fused shut. The figure carved on the lid of this tomb has a mischievous feral look to it. It's holding one upside down torch. Let's light up the torch then. What do you expect that hasn't happened? The lit torch did not do anything to the crypt. Can I use the dull sword? Unfortunately, your team's of future. Okay. Can I hammer it? You hit the marble-like material as hard as you can with the hammer, but it fails to chip a dent. What if I use this bar? Nope. Can I use the scepter? Guess that's it. Going back. So, okay, so there's this one. Okay, let's go back. I don't know what the spells do. let's see, Shadowgate spells explained. Because it doesn't really mean anything, like, okay, here. So I have a gap. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So a gap is to open and trace. Okay, so it's to open. Invoken. I don't know. I guess I have to use like spells like everywhere. Okay. There's these rooms here. One that depicts a hooded figure with a darkened visage. Okay. I want to know what. Oh yeah, there was these things. There. Okay. I have a shield now and a helm, so I don't think that's gonna like be annoying. Unfortunately, it misses and hits the rocks at your feet. Unfortunately, the arrow ricochets and gets into your left eye.
'Tis a sad thing.
Yeah, bye bye. Is a circle within a shield outline. Strange writing covers anything you recognize. The name Majal. What about this one? Yeah, let's just go here. Okay. This rings firmly attached to the wall, glowing with power. Truly, limbs must be belong to one of the wizards of the circle. This? Nah. How about this? Nope. Let's go. Travel in the market crawl through the tight opening. The stone dome is damned with spells of corruption who falls as a mirror the far side of As if a mirror is the far side of the cave, shimmers and powers emanate. Let's see. This blah blah. There's an inner home that emanates and retreat. Broken. Focus on understand abilities with a whisper warrior spell is unleashed. Oh. A strange apparition coalesces from within the obelisk. Because the figure of an old man cloaked in a shimmering veil.
You have done well, simple soldier. Now, listen if you have ears, since the shadows grow long and time fleet. Some 40 years past, an evil, the likes the world has not beheld, escaped its prison. Talimar, the Black, he of whom I have already spoken. This warlock lord brought forth his dark magics and conjurations, and unleashed his foul vassals, desecrating these sacred halls. Talimar has laid waste to the combined power of man. And what of the Circle of 12, the great wizards? They are no more. I am the last. Pity me not, boy. We were resolute in our judgment, but erred greatly. 'Twould have been better to put our brother to death, but mercy and folly prevailed. I know not Talimar's full plans, but have discovered enough to fill my heart with fear. And yet, hope remains, and it stands or falters with you. Fare thee well.
Okay, that was useless. Oh, wait, no. Ooh, I got an achievement. Wizard's Friend. Yay, achievement. Like near the timeless vanishes, leaving behind the scroll, a glowing orb, and the words, fare thee well. Congratulations, you have earned the Wizard's Friend achievement. Yay. What's this? The clear orb has a silver sheen about it. It's relatively light and vibrates with a dormant spectral power. Maybe I can put that on the bridge. This is a magic's. Okay, what does it say? You read the words on the scroll aloud. 5 to find, 3 are 1. 1 gives access to the bladed sun. The silver orb to banish below. The staff of ages to vanquish the foe. Join into the golden thorn. The last to invoke the platinum of horn. I did not understand. What's this? Chicken evidently asked with the taste. Yeah, no. Okay. So that's called the Wizard's Den. Okay. That's the case. Just find out a handful of the different reminds you of the Elven fun house of the yeah. So I think I got an archive about the mirrors. When Magical Tail lights the northern skies and the alignments are in harmony, then shall you take the silk runes of water and fire and the Ocean Eye and place them with the great eagle. Yeah, no. Brown, I have your dog if you wish to see fly ice again. They bring the 3 pumpkins to the place beyond the harvest. The even scar my place of the minute sacrifice blah 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 blah. No, not this one. No, not this one. Since it's the only means to capture and control the elementals, you must hide the silver ore beyond the waters of the sewer. You must hide the silver ore beyond the waters of the sewer. Is that the silver orb? I thought that I got it. Where's the silver orb? Wait. I thought I picked it up. Did I pick up the silver orb? Oh, I'm confused. I need this one. At Rollways, seeing rectangular shapes are drawn to the part and several lines point to the shapes to write it underneath. You read. The mirrors leads The mirror leads through the furnace and into the castle beyond. And these mirrors require power to activate and will teleport you to places. Power. So these mirrors require power. Have you ever heard of shapeshifters? They're not more than legend, boy. I know these things. Wait, so are you saying that like maybe these things are shapeshifters? That's of course right. Can I hit it? Finding a handhold, you tend to lift it up, which feels something move, but unfortunately it's in your back. Okay, so I cannot do that. Ah, what about this? How about on this one? Spells. You sense a huge weight like a stone open itself to some mystery beyond. It's a stone. The power of the magic flies about in spectacular fashion but does nothing. What does this do? And trace to enter. Metallic reach. I doubt this is gonna work. What is this? This is a scepter. Okay, so I can't do anything. Can I talk to it? Mirror, mirror on the... No, not... Okay, okay. Okay, so... There's nothing here. How about here? Nope, there's nothing here. Here. There's nothing here. I don't want to punch that. I have a choice. Let's punch it. Oh! The metal blow separates with the clang and falls into the chest and leaving the metal legs. Oh, that looks useful. That's also should from a kind of iron hook. I need some rope. What if I break it then? Thus of burning the shoddy bridge to the ground, you ignite the ropes of the bridge, however, before the flames can fully catch an arrow wind of the chest and stuffs them. Ah, I know. Let's cut it. Spend a few moments hacking away the post and plants with the dirt. Nothing really comes of it. Let's use this one then. Nope. Maybe fix it. How about the spear? Come on. cast a spell. The Lord of Power exclusively leads it here. I got. Oh yeah, there's nothing I can do. Okay. Oh, that problem. Okay. This is opportunity to move the darkness into the center of someone is definitely up there. What if I give it more skulls? Maybe it'll get happy. What's behind? Circular hatch is made of a strange stone set securely within a mortate base. A low hum of power emanates from within the hatch will not open. It seems to be magically sealed. Okay, so I go back to the beginning. Okay, let's go here. Okay, let's see. Take the skull and the bones. Okay. What if I give them as an offering? Or like being nice. Let's see. Okay, now I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna use this. Attempt to use the bone and the grow before the okay, I'm gonna use the bone in the bone. What if I use the skull in the bone? No? Oh, wait. The arrow in your satchel. Hey, you ever heard of shapeshifters? They're more than legend, but I know these things. I don't know why I got those bones. Are the bones for something? Let's see. I'm gonna leave the bones there. I don't want to be carrying bones. What's here? this? Nope, okay. Okay, I'm gonna die right now. Let's see. Basically, you're turning the water something huge underneath the surface. They're sufficiently covered to retain your actions, deciding cautions better strategy. So I'm happy.